Savor the authentic taste of Italy with these baked rice-stuffed tomatoes. They're like little edible bowls filled with deliciousness, and this recipe is about to become your new go-to appetizer or light meal. It's vegan, super flavorful, and honestly, pretty fun to make. I'll walk you through the authentic process so you can recreate this classic Italian dish like a pro. Let's get cooking. Wash and dry the tomatoes. Carefully cut off the tops and scoop out the inner pulp, creating a hollow cavity for the rice filling. You should score the flesh around the entire circumference of the tomato where the seeds begin. When hollowing out the tomatoes, leave about 1 centimeter of flesh attached to the skin. If hollowed out too much, they risk splitting open during cooking and allowing the rice to escape. Set aside both the removed portions of the tomatoes and the flesh and let the tomatoes rest upside down on a tray while you continue with the next steps. This way, they will lose all their liquid. Pass the reserved tomato flesh through a food mill to extract the juice. If you don't have a food mill, you can use a blender or mixer, but first remove the tough, fibrous core from the 4 tomatoes as it won't get filtered out. Chop the basil leaves. Cut the garlic clove in half, remove the core, and finely mince 1/2. In a bowl, combine uncooked parboiled rice with 1/2 of the reserved tomato pulp to obtain a quite liquid mixture. Set aside the remaining tomato juice. Add minced garlic, torn basil leaves, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, salt, and pepper to taste. This mixture forms the heart of your tomatoes stuffed with rice, infusing the dish with classic Roman flavors. Allow the seasoned rice to rest for about 30 minutes so it can absorb the flavors and some of the liquid. After resting, arrange the tomatoes in a lightly oiled baking dish. Choose a baking dish large enough to accommodate all your tomatoes without overcrowding. Gently spoon the rice mixture into each hollowed tomato, being careful to leave about 1/2 centimeter of space from the top, as the rice will expand significantly during cooking. Peel and cut the potatoes into medium chunks and nestle them into the spaces between the tomatoes and the baking dish. Drizzle with the remaining tomato juice, a tablespoon of olive oil, and add a pinch of salt and ground black pepper. The potatoes will absorb excess liquid during cooking, resulting in a delicious side dish. Now replace the tops that were initially removed from the stuffed tomatoes and season with more salt, pepper, and olive oil to taste. Cover the baking dish with aluminum foil and place it in the preheated oven. Bake at 180 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. Then remove from the oven, remove the foil, turn the potatoes, and continue baking for an additional 30 minutes until the tomatoes are nicely colored and the rice is fully cooked. Once your tomatoes stuffed with rice are golden on top and the rice is tender, remove them from the oven. Allow them to cool completely before serving as an appetizer or side dish. Enjoy!